This is the Healey Brothers Show.
All right, so this is a pretty straightforward episode, right?
Yeah.
It's Jason Healey and myself. We're going to talk about our mission statement and our core values, like why they are what they are, who they benefit, where they came from, like how you guys created them, right? So the first thing we'll jump into is the mission statement. Like break down, like, well, first name off the mission statement.
Okay,
Like,
so
what is it?
I'll read the mission statement and it has some good meaning behind it. So use cutting edge technology and training to give our customers a seamless, stress-free experience to earn their business for life. So our main goal here, I know we talk about it in podcasts, and also show that on the screen too so people can see it because I probably just read too fast. So you could X me out and put it on the screen.
We'll show it up.
So we had this long mission statement, I don't know, probably from the time we started or something we saw and just wrote. It was paragraphs long.
Oh,
and
that'd be a lot to
and
memorize.
we're reading it. We update our HR handbook and missions, and I'm just looking at this. I'm like, what the hell? Like, if you ask one of our employees to recite it or even know or go to find it, no one can. But I was like, let's shorten it. Like, it has to be meaningful to us. It has to bring us into the future. But what is one thing we always talk about at Healey and we pride ourselves on is retention and our customers and keeping people for so long that bought 15, 20 cars from us. And then I talked to my brother, and my brother was he's like, yeah, we need to change. He like at the same time thought about it. My cousin was like changing. My uncle, he's all into like editing stuff and brought it. So we just kept talking about it. We kept setting different ones in and seeing what worked and shortening it as much as possible. The whole goal was something short, sweet, that had a punch and meaning of what we're trying to do every day.
Okay.
And it's up in the BDC, which is people see it every day.
Yeah.
It's not up in our facilities, but it's online for our employees and our Healey web. So the first part of it, using cutting edge technology and training, we pride ourselves on always being up to date with the highest end technology to help serve our customers. So whether that's new CRMs to handle their information, new ways we could sell cars online, updating our websites constantly. As you've seen, our newest website iteration is real. It's all search based, so it feels like you can go and use it like Google from the homepage. So that's big, and these things take time. And I think the one thing that it's important is to make customers understand and our people understand that we're going to do everything possible to make it more efficient for our technicians as well with the highest tech. You're going to feel like you're in the future and feeling like you're getting the best customer service with technology and how it's going. And the new craze now is very AI everything.
God,
So
AI is everywhere.
we are even looking into that kind of software to help us handle and make the timing more efficient for our customers. So everything's always customer centric first.
So the main purpose behind it is for customers.
It's always
Okay.
about to have our people and our technology understand customers. Everything is customer centric. And if you don't focus solely on the customer and be so obsessed with it, I think you'll fail. And I think they're how you earn your business, how you make a living and all that. So if our employees can understand that everything revolves around the customer, I think you're pretty successful. So that's a big part of it.
Everything about it.
Then training. Training is to let them know, like, we're not going to sit here like and not make our people better or have people here that want to get better. So we're constantly training, whether it's our technicians we have master technicians all over. I bet you.
Now that training falls back on the mission statement.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so that's also a big part why it's in there, is us constantly training so we could serve that customer to the highest potential level and they can have the best customer experience. And I'd bet you our training and our people are light years ahead of all our competition. And I'd stand by it anytime if anyone else or any other dealer or manager would want to talk and elaborate on that. And then last is an experience where you can go A to B, whether it's servicing your car or buying a car. In seconds, it's easy, it's not a hassle. You could do everything online if you want, you could do it in person, you could text someone, or however you want to deal with us, it's hassle-free. You can do it from your couch if you want to sell your car. And I think you talked about it in the video as well. So that's where that stress-free comes in.
I'm pretty sure I did. I
Yeah.
think I did a video
So-
sitting
so-
on my couch.
Like, buying a car, it's exciting. And yes, it could be a little stressful because depending on credit and all that stuff, but we want to make it as stress-free as possible and just so enjoyable. We want you to get that car you always dreamed of and wanted. We want you to be able to service and maintenance your car, or know that if you do have an issue with the car, Healey stands by and we'll fix it for you and we'll get you back on the road. So those are the things that really comes in for our people to understand that you have to make this stress-free for our customers as much as possible. And then last, something we talk about all the time is we want to create that customer for life. We don't want customers that come here once. If they come here once, I don't think we're doing our job, and our customers need to, our people need to understand that.
They need to give them a reason to come.
Yeah,
come back.
and I think we do such a good job. Is also, who doesn't want to make that relationship to have that person for life? It's easier. It's a connection. You feel safe, and you want to do business with that person. They become friends. They become family that we always talk about. So, the business for life is so crucial because it's making your life easier, having that person be around forever. And also, you're not worrying about trying to go grab other customers all the time. Like, you're focused on a person that you've dealt with, it's comfortable. And I think that on the customer side is excellent. And also, trying to go get a million different customers, marketing all over the place to try to get new customers. To be honest, it's a lot of waste. If you focus solely on our customer base, it would save us a lot of money. Our scores would even go up even higher, and so that's a big focus for us. Is customers for life.
I saw a really funny video that explained what marketing everywhere, how it doesn't benefit you. The guy put a skinny like champagne glass at the bottom of the stairs and just emptied like a bucket of ping pong balls to show that like if you market like, and it wasn't like a staircase in a home, like a staircase like out in public. Like, if you're just marketing everywhere and not towards your little customers in the center, like it's all going nowhere. Like none of the ping pong balls went in the cup. I think the cup signified sales, right? So we talk about that with our social media strategy and everything. Right?
Yeah,
so the cup signifies our customers, signifies sales.
And also the crazy part is to get that new customer, you're spending so much money and you're most of the time doing a deal that gives it away, and that doesn't help our employee that needs to pay for food and help his family, or doesn't help the dealership stay open, and so we could renovate it and get new technology. So it comes full circle. So that mission statement is really about technology, knowing that we're always moving into the future to better our customers. We're going to make our people the best possible people in the industry and above. They're going to be Rich Carlton-like in handling customers and relieving stress and all that. Yeah. And then we want that customer to be a part of our family and stay for life, which is something we always hone on. I think you can go back to probably 80% of our videos that talk about customers. That's always in it, or maybe 100% of them. So that's where we came up with it. It took a bit. If you want to do some research and try to find our old mission statement, it's probably
where can I find it though?
Maybe Frank has it, but I wouldn't even worry about it. It's like an essay long. You'd probably have to scroll for an hour to read it.
My dad will have it saved somewhere.
Oh wait, your dad he files everything, so he probably has it.
Time, yeah.
So that's where that comes from. So it's very, very purposeful. It has the right meaning in it, and it's short, so you could remember it and know about it. And also you can put it on the wall. So like the BDC. Yeah. So.
The next is core values, right? The explanation and just the importance of them. So go through them, right? Name them off, and then explain each individual one.
Yeah. So this went along with our mission statement, deciding, and we thought like we need to have. We're going to do 3, but we thought 5 was the right number of kind of pillars of and values that we stand by as a Healey family, but we want our employees to stand by and our teams to stand by. So we have family. We talk about it all the time. Trust is so important. Attitude, innovation, and then drive. So this really hones back on when our employees are reading this. This really, they have to look at this every day and understand what we stand by. When we say family, we really want our teams to treat people like family. We want them to go the extra mile, get them the coffee, understand their issues and their hardships, and be there for them when they're having trouble trying to figure out what they need to do, or if it's a big service, a big price, understand that frustration, how big that bill is for that customer that they have to pay, and what can we do? What can we do? Can we deliver? They have to go pick up their kids. Can we deliver their car to their house and grab their loaner from them or their rental from them? Those little things, when it becomes family, are so important. And this is a lot for our employees to understand. So this is that side of it, and how they relay it to the consumer. Trust. So this one, in any business, we need to trust all our people. We need to trust. I need to trust you. You need to trust me. We need to be on the same kind of wavelength. I need to know you're going to go out and do your job. And as a family, we need to know that our people are going to go out there and treat our customers with the most respect, do the right thing all the time, whether it stinks for the dealership or it affects the dealership dollar, but you're doing the right thing by the customer most of the time, and it's mutual respect between you and the customer. We want we have to have trust that you're going to do that, and that comes into ethical too. We hire only trustworthy people, and we do our best to not have any bad eggs or anything. So that trust is so huge to us, and it's hard to trust people nowadays sometimes. But
100%.
we really need our when we're hiring is, hey, you have to be trustworthy. It's a business that we're going to put a lot of trust in you to do the right thing. So that's where that comes in. Attitude, I think that's given.
That's pretty simple.
Yeah, you can't come to work with a shitty attitude. You have to be happy.
Person.
You have to be excited for that person, and you have to have the right attitude when being a service advisor is one of the hardest, if not the hardest job.
It's tough.
If you don't have the right attitude to understand and meet that customer and where they're coming from and their frustrations, you have to be able to meet that energy and keep a good face and keep a good head on your shoulders and have the right attitude to handle that stuff. It's not easy for that customer. Try to put yourself in their shoes if their car breaks down and they have to get to work and they're not getting there. So we try to really push that. Is that the easiest thing to do all the time? No, and we get that because you get yelled at and stuff, but that is very important.
I think that's what people don't understand. Advisors go through it.
Oh, they get hammered. So
the next one.
And I feel for them. And they 99% of the time they have a great attitude. Yeah. And obviously it's not 100%, but we strive for the 100% marker.
Yeah. So next up, innovation.
Innovation. This goes back to our technology and the way and the processes we do. We always need to innovate our processes to be more efficient for the customer. We can't just do, I did it.
The website.
Or I hate it. It's like, oh, that's how we used to do it. Oh, that's how we do it. That's how we've been doing it for 10 years. Yeah. That's not okay for us and how we want to instill into the teams and our people is innovate. If there's a better way to do it, give us the feedback and let's go and do it. If it's better for the customer, let's go and innovate and make it better. If the technology is better, if AI helps this customer find this car quicker than us trying to help them, let's do it. It has to be customer centric and you have to always be innovating. You can't say, oh, that's how we've done it for the last 20 years. That is so stale and so wrong. You have to adapt to the times and be moving into the future because the customer is changing.
Yeah, I can think of a way AI would be pretty cool, right? Like imagine someone just goes on the website and just like thinks of a way to like search up, like just to go back a little bit, like when I go on the program and website or company, whatever you want to say, that we use to get audio and music from, right? Because if we're running an advertisement or it's going on YouTube, like you need licenses for these things.
Yep.
Right, so it's like, you can't just, I don't even know if all our team members, but if you're doing advertisement on social media, you're not supposed to just pick whatever song. If you're making a YouTube video, you're not supposed to just pick.
Yeah, it's not like your personal profile where
you can't just put anything behind it. Like YouTube will flag it. YouTube picks up on any song, they flag it, and if you have a license, you can submit it to them, and then they'll remove the restrictions. And then same thing for advertisements. I don't know if we've ever run into that, if we ever had it, but they'll take an advertisement down.
Oh yeah, no, we've ran into it just not knowing and
not knowing. Yeah. So
it happens,
with Envato, maybe
it happens even if you have it'll still take it down sometimes. So
with our podcast on YouTube, I don't have to deal with submitting the license because it says the user allows for use on YouTube. But the thing is, we have the license, so it doesn't matter. But so what I was going to mention with Envato, maybe within the last year, maybe 2 years, instead of having to like go on their website, let's say there are different types of music they'll have will be like energetic, upbeat, cinematic, I don't know, social, like very vague. You're able to search up in an AI tool now, I need a 37-second long video with no vocals that's upbeat but not too loud. Like something like that. You can search up like whatever you want in Envato, and its AI will pull up videos that match that description. Right? It's just, I can imagine customers doing like a similar thing on our website. I need a 4-door sedan that's not too big, that gets over 30 miles combined, miles per gallon, like, right? Like search up like little stuff like that, rather than like having to go through a tab and do it. Like maybe AI can integrate and work the same way that Envato does, where you just...
Yeah, so that's another great idea. And yeah. I know the social media and the content team, we're always finding new stuff. We're not just using cameras from 5 years ago. We're always updating the technology. We're innovating new processes. We added a process into our team to make us more efficient. So there's always things you have to innovate, and we want our teams to think like that. How can we make this better? How can we make the Healey brand better? And how can we make it better for the customer? So that's super, super important. And then I think this is probably my favorite one. We hire people, and we want our people to be driven. Mm-hmm. We want you to see that goal, and that's also on owners and upper management to really focus on what we could do for that employee to really have that drive and those goals they want to reach in their life, whether it's personal or in business. We got to set those, but we want a person that's hungry, that's driven to be better, that wants to be a top in their field, that wants to excel at perfection for their customers, making sure everything's done correctly, getting those 5-star reviews, whether it's not, to have the best numbers and to have the best CSI scores. So that drive and hungriness, if you have that, you can learn a lot of things.
Explain what CSI scores are.
Oh, yeah, the customer satisfaction. So, but that's like a review, or like, so the manufacturers also do internal reviews that you can see, but they grade them.
Like
so that's
just God forbid someone heard and they're like, what is this CSI?
Yeah. So also every brand calls it something else. So it's just, and that's what I was looking at this morning. So from Kia, actually, that's what I was looking at. So it's a good call. I mean, it's SSI. They have it on there too. They have all these different terms.
Whatever they use.
So drive is so important. We don't want someone that's just going to sit there and let it come to you. We want a go-getter, and that's really important to us. That we want someone that's hungry and ready to drive the brand in the right direction.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
And it's also a good pun on it because we're in the auto industry. So what's better than
just
drive?
like with the foundation.
Yeah.
Brothers driven to give foundation.
Yeah.
It took me like 2 years to understand the driven part.
Yeah.
Went right over my head.
Yeah, that was pretty crafty. We came up with that one, right?
I think me,
Brian, and JK were sitting down, and we just like in 30 seconds we're like, found it, Healey Brothers driven. We were just like driven to give foundation.
It went right over my head, but that's where the foundation it fits in with the core values, right?
Absolutely.
It fits right in with all of them. So these last 2 segments, I mean, kind of in your explanation of the mission statement and of the core values, you pretty much touched on them. Because one was just like why the mission statement and the values were created, but you pretty much
I mean they're created to simplify for our internal team to go out there every day and to focus on that customer and do these things and relay that to the customer. If we do that, we'll be so successful, be able to grow, we'll be able to give our employees the biggest opportunity to grow within our industry. I mean, you see people every day become general managers, like not every day, but become general managers from.
You see it all the time.
You see people that were scrubbing cars now top salespeople in our group. And if we're able to grow and we do the right thing by the customer, that gives more opportunities for our people, for us to grow and help their families grow as well. So, and be a leader in our community. Everything comes down to our community. So, and we love our community. Obviously, we just did our golf outing, but everything comes back to community. These 650 plus employees live in this community. So if they live by these things and we could trust them and all that stuff goes according, the customers have the best possible experience. Healey grows, the community grows, and we all help each other. So it's a big full circle, and that's why we really put these in place for them to understand, and it's important to us. Obviously, we didn't just throw it on paper and say, "Hey, go." There it is.
Yeah, now you guys thought it out.
It's even up in the wall in the headquarters building. So it means something, for sure.
Yeah. So the last one is pretty self-explanatory of who benefits from it. It's both employees and customers.
Yeah, I mean, and then
it's full, like you said, full spectrum.
Also, the end game is to always make sure it benefits the customer. And Jeff Bezos is the first. When you read that book and how much that guy got obsessed with customers and the best possible experience and keeping them for longer and keeping them for life, it just really opened my eyes. Like, if that guy does it at that scale, we need to do it at our scale. And it's so important to be so customer focused. And I can't harp on it enough. And I think every single leader and every single person understands that the customer is here, and we need to make sure they're the first and most important thing. So, and that'll make you successful. It really will. And it's important for us to be successful because obviously the community will grow because of it. So,
thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, hit that subscribe button, and follow us at Healey Brothers on all social platforms.